You've said a million times that cash games are usually more satisfying for you than tournaments.
Yes.
Why is that?
Just, again, money. Like, when I leave after I get knocked out of a tournament, I want to kill myself. And I hate myself for like 2 or 3 days. If I lose a huge number or a couple racks, I don't care. Because my bankroll, I always play under my limit. And it literally does not affect me anymore because I've had so many swings for so long. But tournaments, there's something about them. And something about sitting there for me with that little stack. Because you can't buy like a massive amount of chip. And I feel like such a jerk. But I've learned to sort of adjust and try to like not... it's just I think tournaments are just a battle with yourself, really. That's what I find. Like, how am I going to do today? Like, it's really up to my attitude, And the cards have, obviously something to do with it, but really is a mental sort of thing that you do to yourself as a player. You sort of, it's monologue. If you talk to other players, I'm sure, maybe not. I'm the only one that's crazy, but everyone has this running sort of thing, and it's just, it feels like, it's torture, but some people are into that kind of thing. So.
Right. But how often do you play cash games now? You don't really play that much anymore, do you?
I don't really play. Like, I'll play a cash game, a private game occasionally. And then I'll play at fulltiltpoker.com. I'll play the Kristy Gaze's table. It's 1 and 2 pot limit, high-low. And, I just doing stock trading and just playing 1 or 2 a month, big tournaments.
Right.
So I'm definitely a part-time player now at this point.
Do you consider winning a WPT Open event or World Series bracelet a must in order for you to be able to call your career in poker, tournament poker, at least a success?
No, I don't think so. I think that my career in poker and tournament poker has been a success already.
Great.
Considering how many I play, I play 10 to 12 tournaments a year. I'm a sponsored player. I can do what I want. So for me, I've already become successful. As far as cash games, I think, again, I'm in action. I'm still in action. I don't owe anyone. I never have, so I'm, it's pretty good.
Let's see. At the end of 2006, beginning of 2007, you went on a run of 7 straight cashes.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
That was really fun. Yeah, that's a rarity. That's very hard to continue to cash in tournaments.
Of course.
It just feels like the last 2 tournaments I played, I've been out the first day, which is a very odd thing. But it's the nature of the beast. So,
but you credit it to playing less tournaments and finding more balance in your life.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more balance. It'd just be nice if I could get out of my bedroom sometimes. I gotta get out of my bedroom.
Yeah, but I'm
really trying.
Would you rather do that, or would you rather play every single tournament like some of these guys?
No, I could never do that. You wouldn't. You can pay me, some figures to do it. I couldn't do it because it's just too brutal. It's too heartbreaking every day. Like I take it too hard.
Right.
So
what is it that you do to find balance?
Well, the Sibian, we spoke about that before. That was like, we're going to bring that back in. Geez, I try to just normal stuff. I love music, hang out with friends, hang out with my family. I try to recreate, as I call it, and, act normal.
Right.
Yeah, and like when I go out to the movies and I hang out with my normal friends, and I'm like, God,
that's all the good stuff.
I'm really recreating today. I'm really acting normal. So I'm trying. I'm getting good at it, actually.
People often use personal relationships to help balance work and life. You've had 2 marriages to poker players.
Yes, I have.
What's the biggest challenge of having a relationship in poker?
With the poker player? I think the ego, the fragile male ego, and the fragile female ego, of course. But it's just too. I think some people make it work, but it's too. The swings, I think, is the hardest thing. I mean, in any relationship, it's tough. But if you're playing a little higher, he's playing a little in the swings and the ego, it's really tough. Any relationship's tough, but poker makes it even. Just.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Plus, I think familiarity breeds contempt. I mean, if you see somebody a lot, I don't care who it is.
Oh, yeah, for
sure.
Like,
you just get sick of their ass. You're like, not you again. You're like, you're here? You stuck again?
Yeah.
That kind of,
Yeah,
gambling, 2 gamblers together, I think is a bad combo.
Right.
Too much ego in the room. The room, it's just, you can't fit both your You really can't. I mean, it's too much going on.
I found an interesting quote from you where you said, "It took me a long time to realize there was life outside of poker." When did you realize that?
Last couple years, really.
Yeah.
It really has literally been like, I feel like, because of my strange background and then automatically going into poker, I just feel like, always the anti-society, not meaning to feel that way, but just feeling strange. And I have social anxiety anyways in big groups. Like, I feel like overwhelmed and, one-on-one I'm good or small groups, but I feel I'm kind of shy naturally, believe it or not. Like, and to know I am, and but I overcompensate with my obnoxious personality. So
I've noticed though, I feel like a lot of poker players have anxiety.
Yeah, the social anxiety.
Seems like that anyway.
Yeah, it seems like it's a common thread. Just the geeks and the freaks.
You've always had this thing about girl power, I've noticed.
Yep.
How important is it for you to see women succeed in poker?
Oh, geez. I mean, I think it's vastly important to see women succeed in anything. I mean, it's definitely a man's world. I mean, it's always will be in our lifetime. Anyone else who says that is just completely and utterly full of shit. Tell them to call me up. I'll have a feminist discussion with anyone at any time about this. I mean, men have the upper hand in everything we do, and poker is still 95% male dominated, probably at least. So when I see females in poker, I go out of my way to be friendly and try to, instead of like the competition thing like a lot of girls have. I don't have an inkling of that in my body. I just want to be friendly and say, hey, good luck, and they're coming up, the girls, so it's nice.
We need more people. We need more women.
We need women. They're coming. I think it's the online is helping a lot because it takes away the intimidation factor, and they just can come into the room. Plus, if a woman could get over the sex part of it, because a lot of women, I think, use their sex, and that just pisses guys off because they want to fuck you for 5 minutes, and then they want to beat you, and then they respect you after a amount of time. That's how it goes. Right. And using that sex thing, it really doesn't. I find it like I think
you've never done that.
No, I'm not sexy. I'm a fucking dork.
No way.
What am I going to be like, hey, baby?
But some girls do that. I've noticed.
No, there's a lot of chicks that works for that is. I'm a guy girl. I could never do that. I feel like that's private. Like that, they don't get to see that. Like that's not for them. I mean, I can. When a guy becomes perverted or says of sexual conversation, I love that kind of thing because I just come over the top of him, and start talking about, dungeons and shit. And that'll shut him up every time.
And they're like, whoa.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think, whatever works for you. If you're a chick and you want to use your, TNA, hey, go, sister, whatever works, just do it, and don't be intimidated by men. They're all mannequins, like I've said before. They're statues. They don't, it's flesh over metal. They're not real. Beat them. Take their chips, please.
Tell me a little bit about the investing business. How'd you get involved?
I got involved with my good friend, who is a genius at this, and just really lucky. He's sort of taking me under his wing, and I don't do that much. I do very little. I just follow this formula that he has, and I'm learning as I go. And I trade on the Australian Stock Exchange, so it's excellent hours, obviously, for people in the States. And I'm just trying to learn other things other than poker. I don't want to be 60 and have to play.
Right.
You
can sit at home and do the trading.
Yeah, I want to,
Have you learned a lot?
I've learned a lot in the last 2 years, and I'm learning in a great time. Like, this market's, crazy volatile, and so I find I'm learning from the best people at a great time, so I feel really lucky and privileged. I've had opportunities like this in the past, and I never wanted to have a job, like a normal job. But I don't mind if, learning something new juices me a bit. But it's, there's obviously insecurity and stuff that comes,